Hey guys, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. Today I'll be doing a lace closure quick weave installation, and today's hair is provided by Yiroo hair. First of all, guys, this hair is absolutely gorgeous, super long and super soft. I literally have no complaint about this hair whatsoever. Like, I absolutely love this hair. This hair has become like, this vendor is now like one of my top fave companies. The way the closure came was pre-plucked already. I barely had to do any plucking whatsoever, and as I said, this hair is gorgeous and so soft, and I was super excited to bring you guys this lace closure quick weave installation. Now, I do have the unboxing in the bottom left of this video, so you guys can tune into that as well. But I'm jumping straight in this tutorial, and I know you guys are probably looking like, what the heck am I doing putting glue on top of this cap? But I actually got this idea from one of my buyers who purchased my glue. She did a review on my glue, you know, on her channel, and her name is Khadija L01, something like that. But I will actually put her review on my glue in the description, so you can check that out. And I seen her use a layer of my lace glue to do her ball cap method, and she also sprayed holding spray on top to secure her like cap and everything. And I absolutely love that idea, so shout out to you, Khadija girl, like you did that. So now that's going to be my new little thing. I really liked the idea she came up with, so now I'm going to start doing that for my ball caps, because one, I use way less product. I don't have to keep spraying until the cap is molded, because after just adding that one layer of glue, whether you're doing a closure or a frontal, you just apply that one layer and then use that holding spray one time and blow dry it, and your cap literally is going to be secure and stuck, of course. So yes, shout out to you, boo, once again. Like, love that idea. That's going to be my new method and my new way of doing my ball cap, so thank you, girl. And after I finish that ball cap and I done blow dried everything, I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the extra cap. Now, when I am doing a lace closure quick weave, I don't mold the whole cap from ear to ear. I only mold the section that the cap is going to lay. That way it's just not using, you know, unnecessary product, as I mentioned before. And now I'm just taking that Ruby Kisses foundation level 11, and I just used the darker shade, and I'm applying that all on the cap. And I'm also going to apply that in the inside of the lace closure as well. And I did spray holding spray inside of that closure after using that foundation, so the makeup would not transfer over into her skin. And now I just have her holding that lace closure. And right now I only have one stocking cap on, because what I like to do is just do the whole ball cap method, apply the lace closure and sew it down all around, and then when it's time for me to actually bond in the tracks, I would take that second cap, because I do use two caps to do my quick weaves. Take that second cap and pull it all the way on top of that closure, just kind of wrap that closure up and pin it out the way, and apply that second closure, and then begin to glue my tracks onto the caps, which you will see actually when I get to that portion of this video. But right now I'm just having her hold that lace closure, and I'm just going to sew all around just to get that closure nice and secure. And it's very important that you have them hold this down so it does not move, and the closure lays exactly where you want it to lay, and it lays flat like it needs to lay. That way you can get a perfect lace closure installation. So now that I do have that all tacked down, I'm just giving myself an idea of where it's going to stretch to, and I'm just going to go ahead and ball that out the way, ball it up and pin it right out the way. And now, as I mentioned before, I'm going to take that second stocking cap and pull it right from the bottom over on top of that closure and down, down, down. That way I can still glue the tracks with two caps instead of one, which is, you know, more secure. But before I begin to actually, you know, glue my tracks on, I just went ahead and sewed around that cap around the sides and edges, so the stocking cap does not lift up. And once I do that, I will go ahead and take some Pump It Up Spritz and spray it all around the cap. Do not spray it on top of the closure, just on that section around that closure. And I'm showing you there, I'm using the gold Pump It Up. I don't really like the one in the white bottle because it's the regular strength. I'd rather just use what works best and keep it moving. And as I mentioned, this is 3 bundles of 28 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and begin to measure, cut, and glue the tracks on. And the glue that I am using is the Salon Pro 30-second glue. It pretty much dries much faster than the regular bonding glue. With the regular bonding glue, it takes a little bit longer, but honestly, the products works, just as the same, just as good. So really no big deal if you do not use the 30-second Pro. It's just as long as you have your bonding glue, your tracks are gonna stick regardless. So what I'm doing is just, taking those tracks, and I am double wefting. I have a full tutorial on my channel already on how to double weft. And the benefits of double wefting is that you can get more hair into your installation versus sewing or gluing it single. But honestly, what I'm starting to notice, depending on how much hair the client may have, you will have to make a decision on if you will double weft or if you're going to single weft. But as far as my quick weaves, I do double weft all of it. That way, as I mentioned, you could get more hair in. And for some reason, it just makes the installation look fuller to me. I don't know if it's just like a mind trick with me, but I just really prefer to double weft all of my tracks. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue all 3 of those bundles in all the way up to where the closure is laying. But before I glue my last few tracks, I will cut that extra cap off where that lace closure is underneath, just to make sure that you do not like get the closure stuck under there. So I am getting closer and closer to the top, but after I believe I glue this track here, I will go ahead and cut off the extra cap from around that closure so I can begin to lay my last few tracks. And just be very careful. You do not want to cut the hair on the closure. Just make sure you are pulling and stretching that cap upward and just cutting off the extra like you see me do here. And now I'm just taking my last few tracks and gluing it right up to the closure. Do not glue the track on top of the closure, simply because you might want to do a closure replacement later on if needed be, or if the person wants to just get a new closure, like, you never know. But always glue up to it, but not on top of it. Same thing with sewing. Don't sew on top of it, just sew up to it. But nevertheless, now that everything is all glued in, I'm going to begin to glue down my lace closure. And of course, guys, I will be using my lace melt adhesive. That is the only glue I use. From now on, I'm using only my products, so you don't have to worry about what I'm using. It will always be from my brand. And before I begin to apply my lace melt adhesive, I did cut the thick sides off that closure off. And as I mentioned many times before, that is to ensure that your closure installation will be seamless and you can do your baby hair on the edges of the closure without having to worry about that thick little area on the side. And for today, I did apply 5 layers of this lace melt adhesive, and you just want to apply it and just spread it out nice and evenly, let it dry clear, and then add your next layer, until how many layers you want. But as I mentioned, do not exceed 7 layers. It's just really not necessary. And the reason why I say 7 is because some people may really want to go swimming. It's some people who just get wet, but it's some people who really want to dive in. So I would say just use 7 layers for things like that. But if you're just a regular smuggler, not getting into water or anything like that, 3 to 5 layers should be fine. But regardless, the glue is waterproof. But if, like I mentioned before, if you do want to do like some swimming and diving and getting wet, I would prefer you to use 5 to 7 layers for that. But however, the glue will be back in stock next week. I am sold out right now. I know everybody's going crazy on all my social media platforms asking me when I will have it. But everything will be here next week. The whole site will be updated. So guys, thank you so much for your continuous support. And it's only going to go up from here. It's only going to get bigger, and everything is only going to get better. So just a quick shout out to all my YouTubers and my other supporters on all my social sites, because without you guys, this glue would not be striving for the greatness that it is. And it's really a great product. If you have not tried it, make sure that when I restock, you get you some. You don't want to be left out. Like, it's popping, it's selling fast, it's hot. So get you some. I do have the bigger bottles and all the other products that you will see on my site and that I will post. So as I mentioned, just stay tuned. But however, right now I'm just blow drying that lace after pulling it into that lace glue. And people always ask me, what temperature do I use? Yes, guys, I always use heat. Using heat helps melt that lace in really good and gets that glue nice and dry. So I like, well, not even like to, but I always use the heat setting. And I will tack down the remaining of this lace that is lifted up after I finish razoring off the extra lace. And once I do that, as I mentioned, I will tack everything down. And the easiest way to do this is just take some little pins and just pull it back. Anything that's lifting, just pull it on back. And I do actually have some spreading tools coming as well that will be new and added to my channel. That way you guys don't have to use your combs to do this section here. Like, I've really been I've been grinding, y'all, off camera. I know I didn't slow down on tutorials, but I am getting back to it. I know you guys miss me. You need the videos. I'm posting, but I just really have been grinding off camera, trying to get everything I want in my business up and popping. But I'm just going to continue to apply that glue underneath those places that's still lifted. And I think I still did about 3, maybe 4 layers in those areas as well before actually tacking it down. So don't use just 1 or 2 layers. Try to still use your 3 to 5 layers under these little places here that's still lifting, to ensure you will get your maximum strength hold that you need to have your lace secured, laid, and slayed, honey. So after I apply all of that, I will go ahead and push that lace down into that glue and begin the styling process, and then go ahead and tie down that lace with that melt belt, and so forth and so forth. So stay tuned. So now everything is tacked down, I'm just going to go ahead and pull out the section that I will be using for my baby hair later on in this tutorial. So I'm just going to pull out that thin layer and just go ahead and plait all of that hair together. And then I will go ahead and part my wig, not the wig, guys, but this lace closure down the center. And using my wax stick, I will go ahead and begin to hot comb out the roots, just kind of like pre-prepping the styling process before I get into the actual styling process. Just, you know, make the process a little bit easier, I guess. So I went ahead and parted her hair down the center already, and I'm going to take my wax stick and apply it all around that parting area and begin to hot comb and everything like that. But also, guys, with the new wax sticks that's coming, I do have new packaging, so don't think it's a whole nother product or anything like that. I'm just changing all of my packaging so everything just matches and just goes with my pink, black, and gold branding colors. So the wax sticks will have a new packaging look, and that will be updated on my website as well, so it will be no confusion when you receive your orders. Same product, just, you know, different look. It is also very important that when you are doing a lace closure, you also part off a section in the back to make sure you are covering your tracks in the back. So I'm parting off an area in the back so I can hot comb that area going straight back, and that way all the tracks are covered. So when your client put their head down, everything is still laid and in place the way it should be. So make sure you do not skip this step. You do part that, and that's for anything: lace closure, lace frontal, lace wig. Like, you always want to part off that section to have, you know, it going towards the back, so everything is, you know, the way it should be and everything. So I'm just going to finish hot combing all of that, and once I'm done with that, I will just go ahead and take some bed head holding spray and just spray it across the hairline, and tie it down with that Beautiful Hustler melt belt. I know I haven't been doing this method like this recently, but I just thought I want to shake back into it. You know, I just do things differently every time. Just really whatever I feel like it, but either way it goes, the results are always bomb.com. Now, I did go ahead and press this hair off camera while that melt belt was doing its job. And I did use this flat iron spray by Garnier. I was just trying it out. It's by Garnier Fructis, whatever it's called, you guys. But it's the flat iron spray, and I guess it's supposed to get rid of like frizzes and everything like that when you flat ironing. I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet. It looks good, but I still see a few frizzes here and there. But I think if you just use like an oil or something, it'll just like knock that problem right out. So I did use that flat ironing spray. In my next tutorial with straight hair, I will show you guys on camera what it looks like. But I did go ahead and straighten that out. And now I'm actually getting into cutting and styling the baby hair. So first things first, I took my razor comb and I chopped those baby hairs down an inch. And today I'll be doing my baby hair method a little bit different, but I also decided to add some layers in the front of her hair. I always just do like that basic part down the middle, you know, whatever. So I said, you know what, let me add just a few layers to frame the face. So I am going with that razor comb and just angling the front area of her hair. Pretty much like, more than likely I would just probably angling like the closure, not so much of the bundles. And you know, if that way, if she wanted to get a whole new closure, she could and would be fine with the 28-inch bundles or whatever the case is, or she could just wear the bundles without closure if she want to do a leave out. But all I did was just pull that hair, comb that hair straight down, and just razoring the front of that closure piece down in an angle. And that is how you can create your soft layers. Nothing too sharp or too harsh like it would be if you did it with scissors. So that's why I just used the razor comb for that section there. And now I'm getting into the baby hair and the styling. First things first, I love this mousse. I've been using this mousse more recently, and this is the Motions mousse. Oh my God, like it smells so freaking good, y'all. Like, not only does it work good, it smells super, super good. I love the smell. And I just applied that mousse all on the baby hair. And once I get the baby hair in place to where I want it, you know, I'm going to go in with my holding spray, of course, spray it and blow dry it on that heat setting, just to get those baby hairs nice and molded. But I actually like doing this method better like this. I know some people just like to use mousse only or gel only, or if you follow my channel, you may start doing holding spray only. But I actually like the combination of applying the mousse first, swooping it, and then adding in the holding spray as needed, because it still gives you that soft look, but it's molded. So it's like soft and pretty, but it's going to last, versus just doing mousse by itself and then you go to sleep and wake up and your baby hairs look crazy. So I really love this new method that I am doing. I hope you guys try it out and you love it as well. If the mousse does dry before you get to it, just feel free to add a little bit more. You guys know that my glue is waterproof, so you should not have any issues with adding the mousse to your lace. So long as you apply the layers correctly and you use a good amount and everything like that, as far as the width of the glue, you should have no lifting issues when you are adding the mousse after you done tie down your lace and let everything dry and mold on in. So after I get this baby hair swooped and everything like that, and I comb everything into place, which I am so in love with this install, y'all. I'm just going to take the black spray, you know, and clean up the part and conceal it. Well, yeah, I say conceal it, but you know, I use the Ruby Kisses foundation, same palette that I'm using for that person that I'm installing on, and just clean up that part. So I will go in, as I mentioned, with that black spray. And the proper way to define your part is once you get everything, like this should be like your final step, first of all. So once you get everything styled, do not spray the black spray and then try to do your baby hair, because you would turn your lace black with the moisture dripping and everything like that. So make sure this is like your final step to your finishing touches. But you want to take the end of your rat tail comb and place it in the part and gently spray. And as you can see, it just made that part so perfect. But the icing on top of it is when you go in with that foundation and really line that part up, just easy, smooth, like it's just so perfect, and I am so in love with it. But before I go, I'm just going to take my flat iron and just bump these layers just a little bit so you guys can see it. And of course, I will drop the finishing look videos at the end of this tutorial. I absolutely love this hair, so make sure you guys take advantage of those coupon codes and those discounts in the description box below. I absolutely love this Yiroo hair. This hair has become one of my favorite companies, so thank you guys for sending me this gorgeous hair to install on the birthday girl tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You learned something new. You like the little soft layers I added. I am dropping a full video of her standing up. And stay tuned for more videos, y'all. Got more heat coming.